do you think that the Bible says somewhere that you have to do all things in moderation? Because there's things that you probably shouldn't do at all according to the Bible, like murder, right? So it can't be that the Bible tells you to do all things in moderation.
Well, it does tell you all things in moderation. When you do it in moderation.
What about murder?
Well, you should not murder, but you should protect yourself.
So it's not all things in moderation.
But you should protect. You go on extreme now from eating meat to murder. There's no comparison.
Oh, yeah. The only reason I mentioned murder is just so we can establish that the Bible doesn't say to do.
But when you eat meat, you're not murdering.
Right, but just murdering humans would prove my point, right? You're not supposed to murder humans according to the Bible, so the Bible doesn't tell you to do all things in moderation.
But when it said don't murder humans, talking to the children of Satan, that is one thing they should not be doing.
Right.
But
so
if you notice, though,
if
you notice the people who don't eat meat, they'll kill a baby inside the womb at the bat of an eye, and even up to the 9th month, they're willing to kill babies in the womb, but they don't want to kill an animal. What do you say about that?
Oh, well, I would say that's not true of all vegans.
Yes, it is.
Who are against abortion.
I haven't met one yet.
What about? Well, I mean, one example would be Corey McCarthy. How about Corey McCarthy?
I don't know.
YouTuber.
I don't know who Corey McCarthy is, but I do know that those people who are into not killing animals are truly into killing babies in the womb.
So you might know his wife. I know you know some people on the alt-right, right? Do you know Tara McCarthy?
No. Not that I'm aware.
Alt-right YouTuber.
What?
She's pretty well known. She's got anyway, her husband, Corey, he's a vegan, and he's against abortion.
Well, I don't know him, so I can't comment.
Right, but I mean, I think it's fair for us to acknowledge that there's vegans who are against abortion out there.
I doubt that.
You have to be pro-abortion.
I doubt that.
Okay. Well, if I can prove to you that Corey McCarthy exists, will you acknowledge this point?
I mean, I'll take him if he says that he's not for abortion, and likewise, he's a vegan. He's not for killing animals. I just have to take him at his word. It wouldn't mean anything. He's just one person. But I do know that those people who are against killing animals will kill babies in the womb at any point.
Okay, I think we can maybe agree on something here, Jesse. So I'll agree with you that more vegans are left than right. So there's more vegans who support abortion than who don't support abortion. Absolutely. But there are still vegans who don't support abortion.
Okay, you may be right, but I just haven't met one that I'm aware.
Yeah.
And you're right. I mean, it's never not all for everything. You always got to find somebody that is not into whatever.
Okay, so if we go back to your other point, it's not that the Bible says to do everything in moderation. It tells you,
do all things in moderation.
What about murder?
It said don't murder at all.
Yeah, so not all things in moderation.
All the things that you can do in moderation.
Come on, Jesse.
When you eat meat,
I got you on this one. You should admit.
No, you compare murder to an animal and killing animals.
I'm talking about animals right now. Right now, I'm just talking about the fact that the Bible doesn't tell you to do everything in moderation. There's some things the Bible says not to do.
Right, like don't murder.
Yeah. Of course.
I don't understand your point, to be honest with you.
Well, I'm just dealing with the points that you brought up.
What does that have to do with killing animals and eating them?
Well, before you brought up the everything in moderation point, you said that animals are made for humans, right? And you said that you can't be a Christian. And
do you disagree with me that animals are made for human beings?
Yeah, I don't know what it means to be made for. It sounds like a religious thing.
You don't think? You're not a Christian?
I'm not a Christian, no.
Do you believe in God?
No, I don't.
Do you believe He exists?
No, I don't.
Well, no wonder.
What does that mean?
I mean, if you don't believe in God, you would believe in anything that's wrong, man. You can't help yourself. Satan is your daddy. So you would believe there's vegan stuff. So I now understand.
Well, but you just said it's possible to be... Isn't it possible to be a Christian and a vegan?
I doubt that.
You acknowledge that it's possible to be a vegan and be
I doubt that.
Against abortion. You can also be Christian and you can be vegan. Well, let me ask you, let me ask you this one, Jesse. Before the everything in moderation point, you said to be a Christian.
But why would you
can't be
quote
vegan.
the Bible about when I said that God said do all things in moderation, and you brought up killing in the Bible? Why would you quote the Bible? You don't even believe in God. You don't even believe there is a God. Why would you use the Bible as a quotation?
The reason that I pointed to the Bible is you pointed to the Bible to say everything in moderation, therefore eat meat in moderation. So I just pointed out the Bible doesn't tell you to do everything.
How do you know that?
Well, because I know that there's commandments to not do specific things in the Bible.
How do you know that there are commandments not to do specific things in the Bible?
Well, I mean, pretty much everyone in Western civilization has heard the Ten Commandments at some point.
Oh, you heard them.
Well, yeah, I mean, of course.
You never read them. You just heard them.
Yeah, well, I mean, I've read them on paper, but I'm not well versed in the Bible. But Jesse, let me ask you.
I
this,
gotta
unless
run, man. You
question.
waiting? I gotta run, Isaac.
okay.
I'm sitting there for James today, and so many other people on. But continue not to believe in God, and continue not to eat animals, and you'll suffer. Just suffer and die.
Okay, and Jesse, if I call you back sometime,